In Rebirth 3 of Radiant Dawn, we continue the climb, and our next opponents are literally every single dragon in Tellius. This sounds intimidating, but considering the dire state of Goldoan demographics, it only amounts to around 60 individuals in total. This map pits us against very strong and tanky dragon laguz, but fortunately this map is a joke difficulty-wise because it is extremely easy to cheese in many ways. At the start of the map, Yune will bless the top weapon in every character's inventory, granting them the ability to overcome Ashera's blessing, but more importantly, it grants these weapons infinite durability. This is particularly useful for low durability weapons that would otherwise be impractical to use, such as siege tomes. We have a purge tome from 3-13, and I also managed to get a bolting tome from chapter 3-2 by having Heather steal it from an enemy. Bolting is a lightning tome, meaning that it does effective damage against dragons, which is literally every enemy on this map. If I brought more mages, I could trade it around to repeatedly use effective siege tomes a comical number of times per turn, but honestly I don't even need to do that because Micaiah can also surprisingly do very well with the purge tome, because you can use her sacrifice skill to safely reduce her HP into wrath range, drastically increasing her critical chance, allowing her to do a lot of damage at 3 to 10 range. And there's even more cheesy bullshit that you can pull, such as using the Dragonfold skill with crossbows. The Dragonfold skill makes all of the user's attacks effective against dragons, granting their weapon a 3 times might multiplier, which is completely insane when combined with the high base might of crossbows. The strongest crossbow, the Arbalest, has 38 base might, which becomes an insane 114 might. And with this, even an under-level Leonardo can one-shot endgame dragons. Funnily enough, there are also cheese strategies that you don't even have to do any preparation for, because you could completely trivialize the map with characters that you are forced to have. More specifically, Kurthnaga and Aina are basically invincible on this map because none of the enemy dragons will try to attack or even counter-attack against them, meaning that you can freely use them as 9 invincible body blockers or straight up just have them massacre all of their own people. I open the map by aggressively pushing to the left, making extensive use of percent activation skills as well as triangle attacks to secure kills, after which I make use of effective bolting and Wrath Crit Purge siege tomes to annihilate faraway dragons, while using Kurthnaga and Aina to body block everything to prevent them from approaching me. After all the mobile dragons have been taken care of, I do a quick sweep to take out all of the stationary enemies, which as always is very easy. With this, we have pretty much killed every single dragon except for the ones that have names. Nasir and Gareth are 2 such dragons that can be recruited if you don't kill them, which is not difficult to do because they're unaggressive and don't move. With this, the only enemy remaining is the Jinxia, the Dragon King. He has very formidable stats with extremely high damage and defenses, as well as a considerable amount of regeneration every turn. His attack deals 75 damage, which will straight up one-shot most units and is basically guaranteed to kill anything else in 2 hits. And furthermore, his mastery skill, Ire, gives him a chance to deal triple damage and evaporate anything that it touches. However, all this only applies if he manages to actually launch an attack, which can only happen at 1 to 2 range because he is a completely stationary unit and will never move. So I decided to take advantage of this by using siege tomes as well as my 3-range triangle attack setup. I have Soniki deal a bit of chip damage with bolting as I move Boyd, Oscar, and Rolf into position. And from there, I just keep triangle attacking repeatedly from 3 range, outside of the boss's counter attack distance until he dies. After being defeated, the Ginsia laments his mistakes and confesses that Yune's poor reputation as the Dark God was the result of a centuries-long propaganda campaign that he concocted in the hopes that it would scare everyone into avoiding war. However, as we can see, it didn't work. As it turns out, having a national policy of literally doing nothing ever is not an effective means of accomplishing anything. With the Ginsia's death, Kurthnaga becomes a new king of the dragons, which is a bit weird because he just now had a hand in killing every last one of them.